Hello, hello. Welcome to Girl Talk. I'm sitting here with my three besties. Can I still use that word?
I think so.
Absolutely.
2015. I'll take it.
I'm good with it.
I'm good.
And we're excited because we have a fantastic show for you today. How are you guys feeling? It feels kind of fall-y outside.
It does.
Yeah.
Those brisk mornings.
I know.
I'm still happy with the weather.
Are you?
I will still take this. Yeah. Was it like 70 something yesterday?
Yeah.
That was great.
True. I think I'm happy with the weather, but the problem with it is that I know what's behind it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it makes me less happy.
Focus on the now, right?
I know.
No, we all need a little bit of a lazy
Glass is half empty. What's my problem? Exactly. So yeah, I squeezed in a little bit of last-minute travel, trying to get every ounce of summer as I can.
maximizing it.
Yeah.
How was it?
Little beach time. It was fantastic.
Oh my gosh, I'm jealous.
Oh wow. Yeah, I actually went to New Jersey where, do you remember several years ago, Hurricane Sandy had took such a toll. I used to go there every single summer as a kid.
That's right.
And the beach house, we were renters, so it didn't affect us, of course, the same capacity, but the beach house we stayed in ever since I was
But still the memories of it.
gone.
It's gone.
Completely gone. And most of the town the homes are gone or wrecked, and they're finally starting to rebuild it, so we went back.
There was a large boardwalk too, right?
Yeah.
A pretty famous boardwalk.
So, and yes, and there was a bridge that they had to rebuild, and what they've done, they used to have this beautiful beach that people, summered there. And now they, as a safety precaution, have basically replaced the beach with an enormous sand dune. And there's almost no beach left.
Oh my gosh.
Much safer, but the people who live there now, they don't have the view, and it's just really not the same. But they're getting there. They're getting there.
At least
So.
it's a sand dune. I thought you were going to say they erected a big giant wall.
Oh yeah, no, it's no retaining walls or anything, thankfully. But anyways, that's my summer story.
Well, welcome back.
Thanks. Yeah.
Last time
But,
we were in Girls Talk, you were scooting out, and now you're back here, and we're happy to have you back.
I know.
So, what a fun little trip.
Always good to see you ladies, and I'm so excited about today's show.
Me too.
Me too. I'm so excited to talk with the Madison medium. Isn't that going to be fun? I know we just barely scratched the surface last time, didn't we?
Yeah, we didn't get enough of her, Melanie.
Right.
We need her back.
Right.
So we'll have her back, and we'll get to finish some of those unanswered questions. We basically didn't even get into like the meat and potatoes.
I know. We got into one or two, and we were just so enthralled with her stories. What a great topic.
So we're talking about a guest that we had a couple weeks ago. She's a medium and who hasn't been just a little curious about what that's like and what it's like for them.
Yeah.
And so
Janet's always keeping us on track.
Yeah.
If you hadn't
She
noticed.
gave us a good
We
introduction
take
of
all these
herself.
left turns, and Janet reels us back in. So thank you for being that person.
well, I'm a big picture person, so
Yes.
I get
You want to
that.
make sure they know what
Keep
we're
us on
talking
track.
about.
We got in a very excited mode right there, and
So
kind
you can thank Janet for understanding what's going on.
I was chatting with someone, letting them know that we were going to be talking with this woman who's a medium, and we were talking about the fact that a psychic is different from a medium, and I hadn't really thought about it before, but I thought that was really interesting.
that is a good point.
And I think that's why it's kind of fun to have something like that on, because I think a medium is probably the least understood sort of that field and what they really do and why it could maybe benefit you. And you've actually had a personal experience.
Yeah, and it was incredible, absolutely incredible. I can't wait to see her today.
Yeah, good. So that'll be really fun. And October is upon us. Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So our friends over at the Blow Dry Style Lounge are going to be popping in to talk a little bit about an event. I don't even know what it is yet.
Some sort of fundraising event with entertainment. I love the name of it because it's something like Strive and Thrive. And I was just listening to a conversation about cancer survival or other events where you're surviving, and someone said, surviving is not enough. I want to thrive, I want to prosper. I want to take it one more step beyond, so I love the thrive part.
I love that too. Yeah, what a powerful word. It's not a word I use often, but that's what I'm
Gonna
gonna
start.
do. I'm gonna insert that into my vocabulary more often, starting now. You mark my words. And we're gonna, of course, you see our big sign behind us. We're gonna check in with our friend Joe Conant, who is the owner of Conant Automotive down in Stoughton. So if you haven't been over there in a while, make sure you get your car checked out. It's one of those
Get
things.
it prepped before winter comes.
That always makes you feel better, doesn't it, when you get things like that taken care of before
I need
winter.
new tires.
Absolutely,
Needs
yes,
to happen
maintenance.
soon.
And you don't forget, he's talked to us about snow tires, and that's an important topic to start thinking about. You don't want to wait until the first snow.
Yep.
You want to get those
And they
on.
make the world of difference, honestly. They've just changed my comfort level completely in the winter. So
and
I
they
think
save
that's
your
interesting.
regular tires. You can
Yeah.
swap them out.
I
Anyways,
love that.
That's one of many topics we're going to talk about, and it's going to be all coming up right here on Girl Talk next, so stay tuned.
Welcome back to Girl Talk, everyone. Joining us now, we have Denise and Seisha from the Blow Dry Style Lounge. Fabulous, fabulous place over in Fitchburg. And you guys are here to talk with us today about an event you have coming up for Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October. It's called Strive to Thrive, is that right?
Correct, yes. And well, just to tell you a little bit about the event, the whole point about it was we've had some clients coming in lately that have either, you know, won the fight or the battle against breast cancer.
Wow.
And we had a client recently that was actually going in for surgery. And for me, it's close to home because I've had family members that have obviously been diagnosed and have passed away. So I thought, why not do something that, you know, we can connect with more with our people that are coming in, as well as our stylists too. They wanted to do something.
Oh, certainly. You guys have a personal connection and you have clients that have been through this, and I think that's just wonderful to recognize it and to put an event on. That's fantastic.
Yeah, so that was our goal. And so for the whole month of October, we're having guests come in that if you know somebody that has, again, been diagnosed or has won the fight, if you come in for a full service, you can bring your friend in complimentary.
Oh,
so,
wow.
you know, so that you can show them like, hey, let's go have fun. Let's enjoy life. Let's take care of ourselves. You know, our biggest movement is to get into the health aspect of it. We have an organic color line. We have great products that are health conscious.
Definitely.
You know, so a lot of them are even made because of breast cancer and other cancers that have been diagnosed on people.
I love that.
Are you the one that came up with the name?
Actually, I'm not going to lie to you, there's a lot of slogans out there. The reason why I picked the Striving to Thrive is because, you know, we all struggle with everything in our life, and the key in anything that we do is just to know that there's always hope. So for me, that's what we're about. You know, just enlightenment, happiness, fun, and hey, why not look beautiful while you're doing it?
Yeah, exactly.
We were talking about this earlier, that we talk about cancer survivors or other survivors of different traumatic events or whatever. And I heard a conversation recently that surviving is not enough for them. They want to survive and prosper, they want to thrive. So when I saw the name of your event, I thought, yes, that's it.
Aw,
So it
thank
is,
you.
it's more than just surviving, it's moving on, it's enjoying life, it's being beautiful, it's more.
Yeah,
It's
experiencing
thriving.
everything to the fullest
Yeah.
and thriving, and I love that you guys are offering something to not only bring up, you know, the health aspects of it, but just give them a day to just feel good about themselves and just get treated and feel beautiful and have a day all about them, and it's not about what they've been through, you know, and I mean, it's not about the difficulties, it's about celebrating it and that they've survived and they've won the fight.
Let's
So
celebrate
that's
life.
awesome.
No.
Right.
Well, exactly. You know, they say cancer is it's like a sentence or something, and right now we want to make it just something that you've gone through, you're going through, and let's be on that journey with you.
Exactly,
Let's
exactly.
talk a little more about the event. I see that you have some entertainment. Is that right?
Yeah, we're actually going to collaborate with some of the businesses next door. The Princeton Express Club and Funks are actually helping to collaborate this event.
Sure,
so.
let's give them a little shout out. It's Funk's Pub, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yep,
I
yep.
actually happen to know Jenny Funk, so
Oh,
I'm happy
okay.
to give them a shout out.
Yay,
Sure.
wonderful. No, they're great, and they've also done some fundraising for people that they've been aware of. So I just thought, why not join in that?
Oh, certainly.
Yeah.
I love that everybody's getting involved. That's fabulous. So let's talk a little bit about how, you know, if viewers at home want to help support this event and give in any way. Is there a way that they could do that?
Well, basically, you can call and you can even give us a name that you want to, you know, bring in and have a special time for them, and we can always set that up. You know, we have our biggest thing right now is, you know, the toes and nails, as well as getting your hair done, and even that we have people that do extensions, clip-ins, if you want to just go and act like you got more than you have, you know. I mean, it's all about just experimenting. So you just call us up and we put them down, and, you know, we work with the stylists and, you know, have it as a group even. You know, we have plenty of space is all I'm going to say.
Now you're the manager there, right?
Correct.
And
yep.
Denise you do hair, right?
Yes, I'm a stylist.
A stylist.
Yes.
So you just said hair is part on the menu. So-
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great.
Yes, and so yeah, like with fall coming up, a lot of the colors are changing, and women are becoming more aware of the flyaways because it gets a drier season, and so we have like the shine treatment and the different things that really help to enhance your hair and the colors are a little bit more warmer and more like the tobacco tones and even like the slate tones and such. So it's a time of year where we're kind of going out of the real sunny stages and into the more warmer.
Yeah, I got eggplant in
tones.
just a couple weeks ago.
I like
That's
it.
right. Yes.
I was just in and I just got the shine treatment. I don't have color yet in my hair.
Right.
And so it was suggested to do a shine treatment, and that's been great.
Yeah,
Yes,
it just looks so revived, and I think that
Yes.
helps you feeling good. And fall makes everything a little drier, so you got to
Right.
stay on top of that. And we,
Yes.
you sure have everything to help everyone that comes in for this event just feel like a superstar for the day too. I mean, they can get the full.
And we hear that over and
9
over again
yards.
about how, yes, and all of us are very well aware of trying to make it for the client and
Yeah.
really giving them the special treatment.
All right, October 28th, right?
Yes.
ma'am.
All right, well, make sure you guys go help out Strive to Thrive at the Blow Dry Style Lounge in Fitchburg. Thank you, ladies, for coming on.
Thank
We
you.
love seeing
Thank you.
as
Yes.
always.
Thanks both for having us.
Yes.
Absolutely. We'll be right back with more Girl Talk here on CW 57.
Hey, welcome back to Girl Talk. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Today we have Madison Medium, Melanie, my medium. She should be your medium because she's awesome. It's a terrific experience. If you didn't catch our last program when Melanie was here a few weeks ago, she kind of gave us an introduction of how she came about to find these abilities. And tune in, see her on YouTube, our Girl Talk page. You can find that video. We've got to get to chapter 2. Because it's such an incredible story, but we need to dive into why people see a medium. What do they get out of it?
Even our website does have kind of your background.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's an incredible story, so you need to see it.
Absolutely.
But we just don't have enough time for that today. So why do people see a medium, Melanie?
Mainly to recover from loss. It seems like they have done the traditional therapies, they've seen therapists, psychologists, things like that, and they just aren't able to move forward. They're still kind of crippled by the loss that they have experienced, and this is almost like a last-ditch effort. I've had many people say, though, that this has done more for them than almost 10 years of therapy.
Yeah.
It really just allows them to know that their loved ones are still with them, as Spirit does bring through very specific signs or things that resonate with the client, to allow them to know that they really are with us in
Right.
each session.
I think that's a great way to put it because when I talk about my experience that I had with you, that's the first thing I say. It was the best therapy I've ever had. I had a very tragic loss a few years ago, and I did the traditional therapy, and it just didn't even
It
compare.
wasn't what you needed
Right.
to get closure and move forward in
Right,
a
I love how you
positive
put
way.
that.
Thank you.
So if someone decides to do this, what is a reading or a session like with you?
Sure. So most people can book online from the website. A confirmation is sent out. They come to my home office. We sit down, and the first 20 minutes is essentially connecting to their loved one. I allow them to choose who we connect to for whatever
So
reason.
they give you a name?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't, as soon as they walk in, I will write it down. And for whatever reason, I am wired to be able to bring that information forward. And so, much like if I said to you, what did your last Christmas look like with your family? I would start to see things in that same way. Almost like I'm bringing up your own memories, which is odd, but that's the best way I can explain
Sure,
it.
I get that.
And so I will start to see specific details, or maybe things you still have of theirs, or an experience you shared together, or a song that you attribute to them even still. And get those affirmations will start coming through. And then after about that first 20 minutes or so, Spirit has things they need you to know. You know, maybe they didn't get to say goodbye, or they want you to know that they heard you when they were incapacitated and unable to speak, and they may tell me those very specific words, you know. But anything they bring through is amazing.
I can see how that might help someone with closure.
Yeah.
So you're the conduit passing along a message.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep, exactly.
And that's what an incredibly important message, and I think it's so wonderful that you're able to get that across, because that needs to be said, and I think that a lot of times those people really need to hear it. So
Agreed.
that's wonderful, and I know that something that I'd been thinking a little bit about is I've heard before that everyone has a little bit of an intuitive ability, and
Yes.
perhaps they're not harnessing it. Is there something you could kind of expand on that for us?
Yeah, I actually do teach people. I have courses and things as well that help people become more aware and use their intuitive abilities, and basically just heightens their senses. Every single one of us can do this. I was just crazy enough to make it my job. But I think that, like I said, every single one of us, if you talk to people, more people than not now have had a metaphysical experience. They've either seen something or heard something after someone has passed away, a dream perhaps that has transpired. And it's just really paying attention. And I think once you've awakened or are aware, it's pretty, it becomes more obvious with time. Meditation, though, for sure, definitely helps people further that. That's a good
We
first
do have
step.
a lot of distractions these days.
Oh yeah, so you kind of have
for
to
sure.
clear your mind, I think is one
Yeah.
of the things you'd said. And
Exactly.
I think it's nice that not only are you helping people to hear the messages from their, their lost ones, their loved ones, but you're helping them see those messages themselves in their everyday life.
Yeah, because I don't want people to be dependent upon me. Like, I want them to know that they are still connected. Like maybe the first session we just need to go over something like that, but I want them to know that they're always connected and can do it on their own as well.
Well, I think about it daily since I've seen you. I mean, just things that came up in my reading, and
Right.
just makes you so much more aware.
I know.
And it was incredible. I can't talk about it enough. I can't wait till you come back and we can talk more.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for more Girl Talk. We'll be right back with Joe Conant.
Welcome back to Girl Talk. As promised, we are going to talk to you a little bit about oil changes. We'll get some basics from the masters over here at Conant Automotive. And joining me is Joe himself. And how are you doing today?
Great.
So, we got to pick your brain as usual about some car things that we've got questions about.
Sure.
So what I want to know today is kind of give us some basics about oil changes. Everybody needs them.
Right.
So walk us through just some real basic things about what you're doing when we come in and get an oil change.
Well, it's pretty basic. What we do is obviously we just get the vehicle in the air, and we do a lot of basics up above as far as checking all the lights. We go through a simple, write down a list here as far as what we should check and so on, just to make sure everything is safe on your vehicle. We check as far as the suspension goes, we check the rear shocks, the front struts. We make sure there's no oil leaks, make sure the exhaust is intact and where it should be. Just check out the basic integrity of the underneath the vehicle, along with like the rust condition that happens in Wisconsin.
Okay.
We take a look at the tires, tell you the condition of the tires, just basically tell you the condition of the integrity of the whole vehicle.
So there's a lot more to an oil change than just the oil change.
Yeah, it's not just simple as just pulling the plug and changing the filter. No,
Right.
You got to check things out. A lot of people make mistakes by, it's fun to do your own oil change at home, but there's things that you just can't check when you're rolling underneath your vehicle in your garage on a Saturday afternoon.
Well, being able to get underneath the car like this, for one, has to be beneficial. I would have
yeah.
no idea what I'd be looking for, but being able to be under here and get the full picture. And talk to me a little bit, you mentioned that you look for rust. So how common is that being in Wisconsin after a long winter?
Well, the biggest thing is not so much the rust of the body panels, but like the rust of the brake lines.
Okay.
Especially the brake lines, because there's not an indicator on your dash saying my brake lines are rusty and they're about to blow.
Right.
So when we look at the brake lights like on this vehicle, they're hidden up underneath here, but we look at those, and if there's bad spots, we'll let the customer know. It's like, okay, you got to keep an eye on this.
Right.
And it's getting to be more and more common now because people are driving their cars, 100, 200,000 miles,
Right.
and it's
a good
starting
thing,
to catch up. Right.
But yeah, absolutely, those are some of those safety things that we might not know to look for.
Right.
And we might not know to ask those questions whether or not our shop is checking for those things. So
Exactly.
awesome. Okay. Well, good pointers. Kind of walk me through just the process of an oil change. I really don't know what you do.
Well, now that the vehicle's up in the air, so half of it's actually done. We do a lot of checks when the vehicle's done. We check all the fluid conditions levels, top off the washer fluid, check all the lights, check the wipers, just basically check all the things that need to be looked at that you'd probably overlook. When the technician starts, he'll start by draining the oil, taking the filter out. We'll basically note the condition of the oil too, because a lot of times if you got like a leak as far as coolant leak into the engine, the antifreeze would come out first. So it's good to note the condition of the oil. If it's really sludgy, maybe advise the customer that they have to get their oil changed more frequently other than what they're doing now.
Yeah.
We'd look at like the condition of the hoses, especially like the radiator hoses going to the radiator, make sure that they're in good shape, not leaking.
Okay.
Just the biggest thing, like I like to stress, is doing maintenance versus repairs. Because let's say if we did this oil change and just kind of blew through it, and the customer takes it and they're on their way to work or they're coming back from the grocery store on a Sunday night and the radiator hose fails or something else happens that we should have seen when we did the oil change, well, that's the important thing. So, I mean, yeah, an oil change, if you're paying like a $20 oil change, that's what you're getting.
Right.
But if you pay,
Get what you pay for.
yeah, exactly. I mean, they're not looking at the things that need to be looked at.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah, in our shop here, we're going to note everything. And sometimes we may be high, but we're not the one that's going to judge it. The customer's going to be judging what they want to fix on their vehicle.
Absolutely.
And if we didn't tell them what's going on, we're not doing a good job.
So you're going to make those recommendations
Right.
on all facets of the vehicle based on
Correct.
what you're seeing while you're doing the oil change.
Yep.
And that's really what's, I think, important because a lot of us, me, guilty, bring their vehicle in when they need an oil change or when their check engine light's on. And other than that, that's about it as far as when
Right.
you're going to get things looked
And,
at. So
and like with the 29-minute oil changes, like a lot of companies try to promote, you can't do a thorough job. You really can't. I mean, yeah, you're getting what you pay for and you want it done fast. Well, the old saying, haste makes waste, exactly.
absolutely.
I just soon take 45 minutes or an hour, check the vehicle out complete, and then let the customer know that, yeah, you're good to go, or yeah, you got to address these problems.
Absolutely.
And it just makes sense.
And that's always a good reminder when we're talking to you is, it's really about staying on top of it and getting ahead of those repairs, trying to get the longevity out of your vehicle rather than waiting until something is wrong
Right.
or something has gone terribly wrong. That's when the expense really goes up as well.
Oh yeah, it goes up a lot.
Yeah.
Double, triple, whatever, but it's nice to know, it's nice to know if you're going to have a problem versus, oh my God, I'm going to wake up to a problem.
Right,
So-
absolutely. And I got another question about oil changes while we're on the topic. So some of the newer vehicles, mine isn't really all that new. I've got over 100,000 miles on my car, but I do have the notification of when I need an oil change. So it actually tells me percentage
Right.
of time to oil change. So tell me a little bit about the difference there if you can, because it tells me I need an oil change long after the recommended mileage. What are your thoughts?
I really, and this is my personal experience, whatever, my years in the business, I would ignore it.
Really?
If a customer asked me that, I would ignore it. I would stick to your mileage versus that percentage.
Okay.
It's just, I like mileage.
Yeah.
I'm from the old school, and yeah, we do either 4,500, or if you run the full synthetic, go 6. But I don't really believe in that. But the manufacturers say they spend a lot of time and money, and the dealerships may say that do this. But I think it's going to come back to haunt them.
Well,
I really
and I
do.
think the other element there too is if you're a procrastinator like myself, what happens is you wait until it tells you you need an oil change. You may already be really past the time that you need an oil change, and then however many days or sometimes weeks then still goes by
Right.
where you're running out of that oil. So
Well, I mean, if for just quickly on that oil, if somebody can't, like, if you went out and bought a brand new vehicle today and you wanted to keep it for 150 or 200,000 miles, maybe that might be a lot to you, but I would suggest running a full synthetic oil right from the beginning. Change it every 6,000 miles. Don't worry about that indicator as far as percentage, and you'll get the life out of that engine. I mean, the products that they're building nowadays are superior to even what they built 5 years ago.
okay.
So
Great
just keep
plan,
up the
Joe.
maintenance.
Well, thank you so much for walking
Thank
me
you.
through it. I greatly appreciate it. If you need some pointers, come on out to Stoughton and check out Conant Automotive. Joe's the master. Thanks to Joe, thanks to all our guests, and thank you for watching. Please join us next time.